Hi, friends. In our last episode, we was talking about how the narcissist tests his subjects or people, rather, I should say, before they make their move or zero in. As I told you in part one and part two, it's never random. A narcissist study you from afar before they ever engage. The last time we talked about how they gaslight you. We talked about how some of them come with all these sad stories to when they engage you to see about your sympathy level. We talked about how some will be pretend that they're interested in your advancement, whether it be on the job or what have you. We talk about how some of them love bomb you. They love your mom. They love your dad. They love your how you talk, how you walk, how you dress. I mean, they just go overboard with compliments. We talked about how narcissists test your boundaries. They like to see if they would even try to engage you in gossip because they want to try to see whether or not are you the type who, like to sit around and gossip and pass judgment on other people. Because to them, it shows that they're trying to see, your maturity level. We even said that some of them will even say, "Oh, it looks like you got the blessing of God all over you," but really they are testing to see if you are faith-based, if you have any type of spirituality. Do you even believe in God? Because they do this to test your boundaries to see how they can get in, what kind of angle do they need to come to you with. They may pass by you, ask you a question or two. You may think it's just a little innocent question, but really they are doing recon work. They're gathering information because they have to see before they can ensnare you. They have to get in. They have to get your trust in order for them to know what angle to use, what lies and deception to start feeding you to get you on their team. Okay. Now, this video may be just a tad bit longer than the rest of them because in this video, remember, in part two, I said we would talk more about how they engage relational wise in relationships, more intimate setting, what they say, what they do when they're sizing you up to see if you will be a good match for the deception that the game that they know that they are about to run or try to run. They don't do random. They cannot take that chance because they're already filled with shame and guilt and they are empty from the core. They have to see if you're going to be a good source of supply, and they're not going to take a chance with someone who is a person who's really healthy, comfortable with themselves, because they know they're going to be rejected, and they won't be able to handle that. See, underneath, a narcissist may seem secure and everything on the outside, but on the inside, they are full of shame and guilt, and they have to get external validation. So what they're doing is seeing their recon work to see if they can get some type of narcissistic supply from you, whether it be negative or positive. It does not matter to them. Attention is attention. Energy is energy. So when you're in a more intimate setting, narcissists would generally appeal to your ego, so to speak. They will build you up. Of course, they will compliment your looks. They will compliment how you dress. They will tell you how interesting your ideas are, whether they find them to be interesting or not. The next thing they'll go into is what we call future faking. They will start saying things along the lines, if this is if they're trying to get into an intimate relationship, they'll feed you some type of line, and they'll constantly use the word we, because they want you to let your guard down. Now let me give you an example of this. Say for instance, you say that you're an animal lover or anything like that, And they will say, "Oh yeah, because we love dogs." Yeah, or if you say that you're going to school to be such and such, whatever it is you're going to school for, just if you're into engineering, let's just use that. Then they will pull from their arsenal every whatever they know about engineering, and they'll say, just say electrical engineering or something like that. They're like, "Oh yeah, cause starting a boy, we can start a business like that." And look how much with you running it as smart as you are, look how much money we can start a business and really get it off the ground with your smarts, and I can do something like get more business for you. I can advertise for you. They will start including themselves into whatever it is that you are interested in, but the truth of the matter is they're not really interested in your advancement. They want to give the illusion of inclusiveness, and they want to put you on that pedestal so they can knock you down later. As a matter of fact, if you was to start a business in something that you are good in, they will actually be jealous. And if it's something that's very lucrative, then they may try to encourage you to go forward then, because then they'll be looking at how much money they can get their hands on if they're in a relationship with you. Now, say for instance, now you're dating, and they'll start saying things like this. Now, don't forget the narcissist can be male or female. So they'll start saying things like this. They'll start saying, um, uh, uh, you know, I've really been looking for, I really can't wait till I get married. I'm thinking of this big wedding, are you interested in children? Do you like children? I mean, little things like that just to pull more information out of you. This is the recon work that I am referring to. Narcissists, and they have to be very strategic in the way that they come to you and they're questioning, because see, they don't want to tip you off. Now, we did talk about how narcissists approach you sometimes in a whiny way. And if you do show compassion for whatever story that they are feeding you, then that is to get your sympathy. And most of the time, the stories that they are giving you are not true. They are not true. I had a narcissist tell me one time that his old lady left him, took the kids. He tried to go to court to get visitation rights, and when the judge awarded him those visitation rights, she moved to another state. Well, all of it turned out to be a lie. He was just trying to see your sympathy level. Narcissists have to use your emotions against you. That's where the gaslighting come in. They have to be manipulative. They use gaslighting to ensnare you. Now, say for instance, that's their first round that's the first round when they're just laying the foundation. Now, say for instance, you do get into an intimate relationship with the narcissist. Now, all of a sudden, say whether you move in with him or he moves in with you, in the beginning, he may or she may have a job or tell you that they have a job. They may leave every day like they are going to a job until they feel like they got your emotions exactly where they need to be in order to come home and say, "Oh, I lost my job because of such and such." Usually it'll be within the first week. Um, I lost my job because of such and such, where the truth is they never had one to begin with. So now you got a situation where the narcissist has conned his way in, love bombed his way into the home, have manipulated you with this fantastical story. He may even get one of the flying monkeys to call and pretend like he's the boss, their person's boss, and tell them, "I'm sorry, we're laying people off." And so to really sell the illusion that they actually lost their job. Now keep in mind there's no telling what story that he's given the flying monkey for the flying monkey to create this illusion. Okay, now he's going to pretend like they're going to be looking for a job, but meanwhile he'll be running through the house cleaning up everything, doing the dishes. If you already have children previous to the narcissist, he'll be a good babysitter. All along, just pulling you more and more in, feeding you a series of lies. Now, once the narcissist feel like that they really have your heart, that's when the devaluing will start. That's when they'll start complaining about babysitting, or they'll complain about they do all the work in the house. They will start where you used to get compliments on everything, where he or she used to like your cooking. All of a sudden, that will all go down the drain. They'll start complaining about the cooking, how you dress, how you talk. They would even how you speak. They would even start complaining about that. I'm from the South, and at first, the narcissist that I had was saying, "Oh, I like that Southern accent." Well, all of a sudden, when the narcissist started to change, it started being, "Oh, you sound country," or things of that nature. How come you don't wear makeup? Or you got too much makeup? Or you gaining weight knowing you're the same size? Whether you're the same size or not, it used to be okay. Now there's an issue with it. Or that color doesn't look good on you. It could be something that they bought for you. But all of a sudden the color does not look good. Well, that's when the devaluing starts, because now that they know that they pretty much have your heart involved, then they have to start the devaluing. They have to start working on your mind, attacking your self-esteem. That's the purpose of it, to attack your self-esteem, because once you start feeling insecure with yourself, then they can feed you more lies, gradually getting you under control. A lot of times when people are in abusive relationships, a lot of people say, well, why don't you just leave if they doing da 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 da? It doesn't have the abusive relationship. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a subtle thing. And then once all the chaos and the turmoil is happening within that relationship, a lot of times the other partner will conform, because they just want the chaos and everything to stop. And that's what the narcissist is hoping you do. They are hoping that you want the emotional roller coaster to stop. And so you'll slowly start giving in to the narcissist, or walking on eggshells, so to speak, to keep the narcissist from getting enraged, because you just want peace in the house. And that's why a lot of people don't leave. And also, that's just one component of it. Another component of it is, a lot of people don't embarrassed to tell other people about what's going on. So then they begin to feel isolated. Or if they do tell someone and the person say, "I can't be that bad," or "Why don't you just pack up your stuff and leave?" Well, the psychological game has already happened inside your head. And a lot of times, if people have not had a narcissist relationship or know anything about narcissism, then they're not going to understand why not. And comments like that makes the victim feel more ensnared. And that is what the narcissist is looking for. The narcissist will start telling you things about people that you hang around, because they have to get rid of those people, because they know that if they do not get you to sever relationships that you have around you, then they know those people can possibly be a threat. to his game. They can either pick up on what he's doing and put and tell you about it, or they'll know that you will have a confidant to tell that person, about what may be going on. So the narcissist is going to try to sever your ties with people. Usually it's done by sabotage. Either they will sabotage, make it either tell you something like, your friend's flirting with me, or you need to get your friend in line because your friend's doing this, to have you doubt your friend. Or they will start talking to the friend that you have, or family member, because sometimes they can get they're so good they can get family members to believe things. Tell the family member that you are talking about that particular family member, or talking about that particular friend, and make that friend angry with you. Now, of course, this is being done behind your back. You don't know that this is going on. This is called triangulation. This is how they move through the different phases of their plan. Now, once they tell that friend, just say, for instance, they are telling a friend things behind your back. They'll say something like, and you don't know this is going on. They'll tell the friend, look, I don't want you to say anything, but I don't like the way that this person such and such talks about you. Look, I don't want to get anything started. I know that y'all been friends, or I know that y'all are family. So please don't go back and say anything I said, but I just want to blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, they are telling the victim, the one that they're in a relationship with, look, your friend is flirting with me. And look, I don't want you to say anything to that friend, because I don't want to get anything started. I know y'all been friends, but look, you're going to have to you're just going to tell her don't come around. You see how they triangulate. This is called triangulation. They are creating an issue all the way around. They may even say something along the lines of this: hey, the person who they're in the relationship with, they may tell a family member. The narcissist may tell the family member or a friend, that's friend to the one that they're dating, hey, your friend has started drinking. Now I'm going to try to talk to her to try to see if we can get this problem under control. And but I don't want you to say anything because she may start drinking more. Just let me handle it. I just want you to be aware because I am concerned, knowing this person is may have may have drunk something on New Year's, but haven't touched anything, but they'll make it seem like that person is a lush. And because the narcissist knows sooner or later the relationship is going to go bad. They are between the narcissist and the victim. Well, they're already setting up the alibi. They're already setting up the so when the relationship does go south, they can say, "I told you that drinking was eventually going to cause a problem. Look at what's going on now," because the narcissist is concerned about narcissistic supply and their image. Why the narcissist keeps turmoil going, chaos going? Why do they feel it necessary to do this? Because they are empty on the inside. They have to have external validation, and they have to have external drama going on just to feel alive, whether it's negative or positive. Some people, they extract positive supply, narcissistic supply, where that person is giving them compliments all the time. They are the type that would donate to a charity or something like that in front of somebody, so they can say, "Oh my goodness, this person is so sweet." Blah 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 blah. Or negative supply, and usually that negative supply comes from within the home, as he is devaluing his partner. Just devaluing the partner, making them feel bad, pulling them down, and that other person gets stuck in that relationship, embarrassed to tell anyone about it. So what do they do? Try to make peace and please the narcissist. It's kind of like that Stockholm syndrome, where you identify with your victim, with your abuser, and so these are all the type of things that the narcissist does. And he has to test you because he knows what he's doing. He's going to break every single boundary that you put up. That's why I said the first 5 or 10 minutes that you talk with the narcissist is going to let the narcissist know what type of victim that you are going to be. If you shut the narcissist down when he or she first gets started, if they see that you are very comfortable with yourself, you are a strong person, and you're willing to put that narcissist in their place and say, look, I don't play those type of games, or blah, 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 then a lot of times the narcissist will move on to someone else after they try a couple more tactics. If they can't get you on you feeling sorry for them, or if they can't get you, or if you're assertive, or if they can't get you on your own emotions, like people like that is kind of codependent, or people who feel, or people who feel like that they have to save people, things of that nature, then they know that there's no play. That there's no place. So I just wanted to put you on top of that. A lot of times when the narcissist gets busted in the middle of all this, or once the victim has had enough and said, this is it. Once they have left that person almost a hollow shell of themselves, and usually it takes, once you're ensnared by the narcissist, it takes something pretty drastic to pull you out of the relationship, because their warfare is psychological, emotional warfare. And it can, and depending upon how long you stay in it, depends on whether or not it can get physical. But the narcissist is only concerned with himself. Every decision that they make, every move that they make, whether it's future faking, gaslighting, whether it's love bombing, everything that they do is look through a lens of me, me, me. What can I get? How can this person serve me? It's sinister from the beginning. Unfortunately, a lot of people do get ensnared because they execute their plan with the utmost perfection. Not because they are some type of rocket scientist, and not because that other person, the victim, is unintelligent. It's not that. They play on a very primitive, that they prey on human emotion, the natural positive emotions that people have. It has nothing to do with how smart you are. It has nothing to do with a degree, or if you don't have a degree. It has to do with your core values and things of that nature, where the narcissists are taking the goodness that's inside of people and using it against them. They don't do random. You have been studied, and anyone can be ensnared by the narcissist. Well, my friends, in my next video, I will be talking about how to start breaking some of these psychological bonds to get out of the relationship and stay out. How to get out of the relationship and stay out. And the reason I repeat that is a lot of times when the narcissist realizes that you've had enough and you're about to pull out, they go all the way back to the love bombing stage. They go all the way back to the romancing, the whining, and the dining, and all that love bombing stage, like it was when your relationship first got started. But it's not because they love you so much and they want to keep you in the relationship. They know if you leave, then they're going to be losing narcissistic supply, whether it is in the whether it's they're going to lose if they're staying with you, living with you, mooching off you, bed buddies, or any whatever they have gained from you, even if it's you keeping them on a pedestal all the time. They're not going to want to lose that control. So they'll go back to the love bombing stage, make you believe that now they are changed. They finally saw the light, and they start being everything that you were trying to get them to, that you were hoping for, and everything that you ever complained about in the relationship, they start doing. That is the fake part of them, and that's why they can't keep it up. That's why once you get back into the relationship, they go back to the devaluing again, because the narcissist is the real person. All the sweetness, love bombing, and genuineness, I mean lack of it's the lack of genuineness. That's not the real person. That's why they can't keep it up. And even if they do things, because they cannot keep that up, it's not on the inside of them to keep up, then the cycle starts all back over. And what they, even the recon starts back over, because this time if they get you back, then they're going to study more so they won't make the same mistake that they made the first time of you wanting to leave. So they get deeper. They keep some of the same tactics, but they go even deeper and deeper, because they're not going to want to make the mistake again that made you walk out that door or threaten to leave. And that's how people, my friends, end up getting ensnared in abusive relationships and not leaving. It's not because they don't want to, or it's not because the narcissist all of a sudden starts slapping them around the first day and they're taking it. It's not that. It is a constant manipulation, a constant taking over that person's mind little by little, showing a lot of the narcissist will show a lot of devaluing, and then a little spit of love bombing to give you hope. Start that abusiveness again, and then love bombing to give you hope, and that's what get people ensnared. Okay, my friends, I will see you guys on the next one. Like I said, this one's a little bit longer because I wanted to paint the complete picture of how they ensnare people in intimate and personal relationships. But again, in the next video, we're going to show you we're going to be talking about how to cut these relationships and how to stay gone. I'm sure with borderline narcissists and other toxic people. My friends, please like, share, and subscribe. And share this information with people. We are trying to expose the narcissist. The more exposure we get on the narcissist, the more we can try and stop them in their tracks.